All right, now we come to arithmetic means. Now, if you remember, the word means kind of means averages. And so how does this work? Here's how we're going to do this. It says write an arithmetic sequence that has 5 arithmetic means between 6.2 and negative 1.6. So use the also word here. So they're average changes between these two values. So here's how we're going to do this. We'll say there's 6.2 and there's 5 values that exist between 6.2 and negative 1.6. I'm going to represent those values by blanks. So here's what we have. We have this sequence, and there's going to be these 5 terms that change. So here's another way of thinking about this. There's going to be a common difference 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Another way of saying this is if this is a sub 1, this would be a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, a sub 5, a sub 6, and a sub 7. Now to solve this problem, we're just going to use that same formula we already have. Remember how it said a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times our difference? Well, let's start with saying if a sub n, in this case, is going to equal a sub 7, our last term, then we would say n equals 7, and we could solve from there. What's our nth term? In this case, it's here. So we'd say negative 1.6 equals our first term, which is 6.2, plus n, which again, n is 7. Oops, 7 minus 1, I'm sorry. 7 minus 1 there, times the difference. Now, we don't know what the difference is, but we're about to solve for it. So now we go through our steps of solving. So I'm going to subtract 6.2 from both sides. And in the process, I'll reduce this. So over here, I get negative 7.8, because this is like saying I owe someone $1.60, I owe someone else $6.20, I owe a total of $7.80. Over here, this becomes 6d. Now, to get d by itself, one step away, all I have to do is divide by 6. And I find out that when I divide this, 6 goes into 7 one time, but it has a remainder of 1, 1.8, and so 6 would then go into that 0.3 times. Think about it, 18, 6 goes into 18 3 times, so 6 would go into 1.8, 0.3 times. So that's our difference. So here's what that means. I come back up here, I need to subtract every time by 1.3. So when I subtract by 1.3, I get 4.9. I do it again, I subtract by negative 1.3, because again, our d is negative 1.3. That's what we discovered. And so I get 3.6. I do it again, I get 2.3. I do it again, I get 1.0. I do it again, and now I get negative 0. No, that's wrong. I'm sorry. Can't do math. Subtract 1, and I still have 0.3, so I have negative 0.3. And if I did it one more time, I would, in fact, I still can't write that out. 0.3. There we go. If I subtract one more time, I get negative 0.6. So these would be my answers here because of this common difference there. This was the correct common difference, and so these would be my 5 missing terms that I would need to find. All right, so you can try this, and you can go a lot quicker than I just did. I tried to walk through it. Obviously, I kind of got tied up on that last term there, but that's the method you need to go through. See if you can find 5 terms in between these 2 terms.